My name is Denise Metzer. I've been your state rep for 3.5 years. It's been an honor. It's been a challenge. It's also been a pain in the rear end. The things that I've been able to accomplish have been amazing. I was able to get $500,000 for the Macomb Foster Closet so that they don't have a mortgage anymore. I was able to get $3 million for lead pipe abatement in the city of Mount Clemens, and I was able also to get them $2 million for the separation of water, stormwater, and sanitary sewer, because we had a lot of events of sewage backing up into basements when there was a catastrophic rain event. And the thing is that wasn't in the good areas. That wasn't on Wilson or Lafayette. That was over off behind Clinton River Road. So I'm really proud to be able to that I've been able to accomplish some things like that.
Thank you. So your first question is, how should Michigan improve student outcomes while supporting teachers?
First of all, we need to listen to the teachers. They have the expertise, they have the training. They know what's needed in their classrooms, and we should be listening to them. They should have a seat at the table for curriculum development. That's very important. And you know what else? We need to treat them decently. We need to pay them better. We need to... Thank you. You shouldn't be a teacher and only make, $50,000 and then have to work all summer at the Dairy Queen or at the Burger King or some other factory in order to supplement your income. That's insane. And you know what? We also need to make sure that they have pensions. And I'm not going to invoke, well, maybe I will, the governor and her veto of House Bill, 6058. Come on. Teachers deserve that. Teachers deserve that.
Very good. Let's talk about local priorities. What do you believe is the single most important issue facing your district today?
Healthcare. Two things, healthcare and education, really. Someday I'm going to be old. And when I'm not doing this anymore, who do I want to take my place? I want somebody who's had a good public education, who knows the difference between North Korea and South Korea, who knows the difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics, because you know what? There's a big damn difference. So I want people that have a good education. And as part of that, we need to make sure that they have health care so that their needs are met and so that they don't develop into catastrophic illnesses. Two things, health care and education.
Thank you. The next question is, how should Michigan balance environmental protection with economic growth?
You've got a good example going right now. We just had an oversight hearing in Lansing Wednesday about the Canadian wildfires and the $4 billion of economic impact that's cost Michigan, right? Devastating. Devastating to concerts that were canceled, restaurants that people can't sit on the patio, parties and events and backyard barbecues. Devastating. I get that. But you know what? It's the environment. If you look at the last 10 years, how the wildfires have increased across the entire United States and Canada, and oh look, France is on fire. It's the environment. And if we can't bring in some better green energy policies and some better environmental regulations, it's going to cost more than $4 billion next time.
Constituent services, and I know you have a lot of constituents in your district. Beyond voting on legislation, how do you plan to remain accessible and responsive to your constituents?
I don't need to worry about that in Mount Clemens. Everybody knows me. I was a city commissioner for 10 years. I see him at Myers. I hang out downtown Mount Clemens. My favorite store in all of the world is a place called Weirdsville Records and Paperback Writers. I love that store. I go there constantly. They know me. I go in my district. I'm there for events. I'm there so people can see me. I wander around and people will come up and talk to me. But they also, a lot of times, I don't have a separate cell phone for, state business. Everybody's got my personal number. I have drawn the line at taking calls after 5 o'clock on Sundays. I get to have one day. But I get a lot of calls, I get a lot of text messages, and you know what? I answer them. Because you know what? It's you voters that put me here. And if I'm not listening to you, you're not going to vote for me again. So I make sure that if you have a question, you have a concern, that I respond. And sometimes I'll have my staff look up data or documents or whatever it is that you need. We've solved a lot of one-on-one problems. We just dealt with a lady who daughter died, and she's now in charge of her 4-year-old granddaughter. She has no idea what to do. She has no idea about resources. So we've been able to help provide that with. And I worked with Kim Metzer, the Clinton Township Clerk, to do that. I worked full-time and a part-time job most of that time to get my degree. I'm proud to tell you that I graduated with a 3.98, and it was statistics that screwed me. But because I was able to do that, I looked at my brother, and my brother wanted to go back to school and get his degree. My brother is a computer forensic analyst at the Macomb County Sheriff Department. I helped him go back to school, and he's got 2 degrees now. Now my sister Jennifer, she wants to go back to school and be a teacher. So I'm helping the rest of my family, my siblings, because there's 8 of us, and making their lives better too. That's what you get. That's what a sibling does.
Thank you very much. Let's give her a big round of applause.